rail friends, and thanks for being with us. Finally, May 17th, 2025 has gotten here. We are in downtown Cowan, Tennessee, where the incredibly well-preserved, well taken care of, restored depot that houses the Cowan, Tennessee Railroad Museum Group is right here, and we are about to have a cool treat for you. And right down there under the tent is a whole bunch of the folks hanging out at Cowan Railroad Days, Rail Fan Appreciation Day. Look, they're all waving. We got to zoom in so you can see them. There they are. And I don't even have them on. You have officially been welcomed to Cowan, Tennessee. And Brian just told me that a friend down line said, hey, we have foreign power coming on this next train. If you have not seen Cowan, Tennessee before, there it is. And there it goes. Beautiful little town, historic, oh my goodness. There's enough history here to fill a book. I had to move you here slightly. I'm too close to this little green and red signal marker. I can't get me between it. Now, let's see if we can zoom this in far enough. There you guys go. Not every day do you see flashing green. And y'all know Brian. He's on the staff of the Railroad Museum here, and he works hard to keep this place going for y'all. Spends tireless and countless hours here. We are all his guests today at the Cowan Railroad Museum for Rail Appreciation Day, Rail Fan Appreciation Day. And I said, Brian, what's flashing green? Go faster? And he said, no, Mike, not go faster. It is to proceed, but proceed with be cautious that the signals ahead could change, and be cautious of what's in the block. So you proceed, but you proceed with caution. I hope I got that right, Brian. If I didn't, I gotta go get the other phone so I have a monitor. You can correct me. And I already forgot the train number. So, y'all sit tight. And I will be back in a moment. We got car horns going off. We got all kinds of stuff going on. All right, let me get a monitor on here. Everybody from the group said to tell all of you hello and welcome to Cowan, Tennessee. It's like a car horn medley going on here. All right, we've got the scanner. We've got a fantastic breeze today as we spin on back to our flag. Hello everybody and welcome to Cowan, Tennessee, here at the Cumberland Plateau on Central Standard Time in one very beautiful, incredible, historic railroad town. And being here is super, super interesting because the pushers are here. So if none of you have visited the rail cam here, Iron Horse Rail Cams has a 24/7 cam here on the Cowan Railroad Depot. And this is, like I said, if you've never been here, check out Casey and Brian's podcast about the Cowan Railroad Museum. And it's just beautiful. You can just walk into this place and it will just take you back in time. It's that cool. And at night, the town transforms into almost a Christmas light look. And when you visit here, Brian and all the staff with the Railroad Museum, it's like open arms, warm heart. You just feel like you're at home here. And as you can see, you've got from here all the way down there and back for watching trains. You got gates, you got lights, you got signals, and that way is the mountain that the pushers help the CSX trains over. So there's two pushing locomotives here in the yard, just on the other side of this crossing. And when a train needs to go, and this would be southbound towards Chattanooga, northbound to Nashville. Once they get up and over the mountain, by car, it's about an hour, and by rail, once you see a train here, about an hour, and it will be over in historic Stevenson, where the depot and the tracks go on each side. If you were with Brian, filmed him on Trainrut Productions, and we caught him as well. Brian caught him here. The CSX OCS cars went through here after the Derby just a few weeks ago. So about an hour down the way, you'll be in historic Stevenson, then Bridgeport, and on over to Chattanooga. Now I understand our train that's coming has foreign power on it. Didn't get a whole lot of details because as soon as Brian said a friend called him and let him know, I jumped up and come running down here. Matter of fact, I've already forgotten the number 3 times, so I had to send it to Jen. So it's M884, that's coming our way. And also, we're here with Tony while we're waiting for our train. Tony, say hi to everybody.
Hello.
And you gotta talk loud.
Hello.
And y'all know Tony, he's with us all the time, and he's the one that always reminds me everything that I've forgotten. And we're gonna have Mexican after this train. Go ahead, take it away, Tony.
Well, last year, if you all remember that I flew an RC airplane, well, it was a UMX Timber. Well, this time, I brought something a little bit bigger. It's called an IFO.
Tony, that thing looks like a big beetle bug that's green.
Yeah. And like I told Mike, you think it kind of looks like a kite, just a little bit. Well, it's actually carbon fiber, which it has. Well, first thing I thought I heard dinging. Well, it has what they call a rip stop nylon, which is actually the same stuff you see on kites.
A kite with a motor.
Yeah. And this airplane, my dad actually built this back in, I think either 2004 or 2005-ish. So it's about a 21-year-old airplane with everything pretty much updated to what we fly now. And of course, the transmitter, if you all recognize, if you ever watched the October thing, you saw the black transmitter I have? Exact same one I flew these airplanes together, not together, but at the same time, or not at the same time, but this transmitter holds up to 250 miles, and with me doing airplanes, I'm at like 23 what I got as right now, and right now I'm really debating because it's a little windy. And of course, this airplane is about a 3-ounce airplane.
We'll find that 3 ounces about 3 counties over. Yeah. Right, Brian?
Yep. Yeah,
where's Tony going? He's running north to catch the butterfly.
And you guys see just when I'm barely hanging on. And Mike actually, I can actually give you a rundown on how an RC airplane works while we're waiting on this foreign power.
Take it away.
Well, first I want to turn on the transmitter and airplane. And we got power. If y'all, I don't know if you can take the phone, your camera off the tripod.
Do you want me to?
Yeah, that way you can. That way I don't have to reach up high.
Where do you want me to focus it at?
Let's start. Okay, right here, we of course got the battery. It's what they call a 2S 7.4V 450 mAh. 2S stands for 2-cell. Think about a what is it? Think about your TV remote. It has like 2 AA batteries. Take one battery as 1 cell, so you got 2 cells. The 7.4V is the voltage, so each battery's got 3.7 volts each, and which is, like I said, about a little bit over double of what your normal AA battery has. And the mAh is the battery, how much battery life I got on the airplane, or on the battery. So if I do conservatively, I can do about a 10-minute flight on this battery, and which plugs into the speed controller, which is the electronic speed controller, which is one half goes to the motor, which it goes to the prop, and the other half goes to this little wire here, goes into the receiver. The receiver, of course, you know the receiver. You know, if you're knowing about transmitters, receivers, and all that, you're like, it's kind of like your was it your
My scanner.
Scanner, because you know you send and receive, you know, like that. And the other two wires goes to the servos, which is what control
To the what, Vos?
servos.
Servos.
SERVO.
Sounds like we're in another country, the servo.
Yeah, which is actually what controls the airplane in flight from the transmitter. And if you all think, and on the transmitter, I can actually control the airplane. Like I said, with the wind, it's a little trying to fly. It wants to try to, and just by moving the controls, which back here is your aileron, your elevator, which you could pull back to climb, push forward to dive. And if you all think, okay, how can you turn the airplane if the things move just one way? Actually, this actually got this programming called mixing, where actually, like I said, with the wind.
Tony holds on to that long enough, he may fly with it.
Yeah. Like I said, I can move up and down. I can actually take it and actually it twists side to side for the turning.
Left turn, right turn. Yeah. Tail up, tail down.
Yeah. And with the other thought on this other stick, if I had the vertical fin, there's certain airplanes, this one is what they call it fixed, where it just doesn't move or nothing. If it has a vertical rudder, I can actually move it side to side, left to go left, right to go right. And this other stick, also that does your rudder, is your throttle. Now I can go anywhere. I can actually, for this one, it actually does, they do have springs, if you see like that, the springs back. But with the throttle, I can actually just stop it. It's kind of like your cruise control. I can just stop it. I can actually fly, just cruise around.
And that's all there is to it.
Yeah, and I like to, if you see how much how I'm struggling with the wind with this thing, I don't trust flying it with this airplane in this wind. I say we got what, about 15 mile an hour wind, Mike?
Oh, I'd go with 20.
At least 20. Yeah.
15 to 20 minimum.
And when I say this airplane's called the IFO, Mike, what do you think what IFO stands for?
Internal Foreign Object.
Well, object is one thing, but the thing about UFO, it's called unidentified flying object, right? IFO is flying object, of course, flies, and this is an object. But it's called, the I stands for indoor.
Ah, I was going to go with identifiable.
Well, that too, if you want to go that route. But there's some clubs, there's a club maybe about an hour north, I'd say about an hour, I would say about another hour and a half from where we're at now. Every winter they got a school basketball gym, and we fly indoors.
Indoor butterflies.
Yeah.
So Tony, if I was to go buy one of these and if I wanted to try and do this, how many dollars would I have to save from this week's check?
If you want to start out with a as a beginner aircraft, if you want to do like an outdoor kind of airplane, you can get one called, it's about $200. That comes with the transmitter, plane, battery, and charger.
So $200 gets us a starter butterfly. We can fly indoors, or we don't have wind, we can fly outdoors.
Yeah, this is actually, this here is actually a one-of-a-kind airplane.
Because
actually nowadays you don't really find these. The airplane that I'm talking about, that it's $200, it's called an Aero Scout. is more for like a beginner's aircraft. And this here actually my dad built back in 2004.
And if you guys didn't see, those two little half moons on the back actually went up and down so he could turn left and right, up and down.
And like I said, transmitter, like I said, Mike kind of remembers this. I said I got like 23 airplanes. All the airplanes except for one is on this transmitter.
Well, if you lose one transmitter, the fleet is going to be down.
Yeah, and this transmitter. I'm gonna go ahead and unplug it. It's a what they call a D. Well, it's a little bit older model, but if you see on the top of the.
Do you want me to hold it?
Yeah. It's pretty light, ain't it?
It's super light.
And you see
It flies just with me holding it.
Yeah, and you see here it says DX8. It's an older model. I got this transmitter back in 2016, 2017. At the time, the transmitter was $300 just for this.
Oh, now we're up to $500 out of this week's check to get started.
Yeah, but the airplane that I said is ready, what they call ready to fly. It's transmitter, plane, battery, and one battery and charger for $200. But if you want to go a little bit to what I'm doing now, it's going to be a little bit more. And what we know, of course, you know, Andy. He's we were talking off screen before the live. Well, I got it now.
Oh, I got it. Unless you wanted it. Okay.
Yeah. Well, he flies miniature jets. They're a lot more complicated, bigger. His airplane has a 96-inch wingspan with like 103-inch fuselage. From nose to tail is 103 inches. And just for, if you want to go on the cheap end, you're looking at about $6,000 for just doing the turbines.
Boy, I sure hate to go Mach 7 into the ground with that.
Oh yeah.
That'd be a sad day in the neighborhood. Well, hopefully our wind's going to die down so Tony can take at least a short flight. And you're right, Jen. Sounds like a kite on steroids.
He kind of is. Well, thing too, there's a club, there's various clubs around the country, around the world actually, but the main headquarters is actually in Muncie, Indiana. I do have a card that saying I'm a legal member of RC aircraft, whatever. And plus I do have another card for the club I belong to. Just for the main organization out of Muncie is $85 a year. And depending on where you're at in the country, world, whatever, there's never so much money off for the club because you know they gotta make money to keep their club running and all this. Got a truck with good exhaust going on right now. Well, the club that I belong to is called Coffee Airfoilers, which is, you know, in Tennessee, most of the club members are from Coffee County. And well, this club is actually one of the oldest in the country.
Now, what's the name of it again? I'm going to type it on here. Coffee, like is what you drink?
Yeah, coffee.
Coffee.
Airfoilers.
Airfoilers.
Yeah. And it's one of the oldest clubs in the country. It was founded in 1959. So we're talking about 66 years, I want to say. Yeah, 66 years. And I've been a part of that club since 1997. And I've been, like I said, I actually was flying airplanes before I got into trains. And I'm actually a third generation model airplane flyer. My dad and my grandfather, my dad's father, both did RC airplanes as well.
And coffee airfoilers. Oh,
Oh,
we've got horn.
foreign power.
All right, we're going to switch from planes to trains. Rumor has it we're looking for foreign power. Maybe we can get the butterfly to airbuzz this train. All right, here we go, everybody. Planes, trains, and automobiles.
Back to me.
Watch third back.
Got 2 foreign powers.
Tony's drooling over the Corvette. We'll swing in on both of those here in just a second. Gates are up. Here, let's check this out while we're on Zoom. There's Corvette number 1. And behind it, Corvette number 2.
And actually, coming up on your left, you get an old school Bronco.
Tony's got his own car collection going on here.
And when I was coming off work today, I passed by a 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air.
Boy, I haven't seen a Bel Air in ever.
Black with gold trims.
You're up next.
Uh-oh.
It's gonna be a hard act to follow these 2 Corvettes.
Well, the first one sounds so nice.
Anytime we get those in at work, it's like going in a box.
I know, it's like you need like a shoehorn to keep yourself.
Oh
with it.
yeah. Yeah, very good. Just take a pry bar so I can get out of it.
You get it?
I think that was just for you guys. All right, you'll never guess who's here next. 1 guess, 2 guess, 3 guess.
4.
Passing Tony. Yes! Brian is here, our host of the day.
Yep.
Woo! Boy, did we just zoom in on him.
Oh yeah.
Brian,
Camera.
tell us about our day and this incredible place of yours.
This is Rail Fan Appreciation Day. And
They're all yelling hello Brian already on here, okay?
Oh, hi guys. Anyways, this is Rail Fan Appreciation Day here in Cowan. I've been planned out months in advance, and it's in honor of Iron Rail Camps, who, of course, whoever he's at. So we had this in planning for time now, and we got a decent little turnout. Well, if you guys can't make it here, just go on the cam for the the Cowan cam. You'll see us walking around today.
And how do we find that cam?
It's on YouTube. You go to Iron Rail Camps, go on their channel, you pull up the Cowan Railroad Museum cam, and it's right there. So it's been a pretty good turnout today. I was really hoping for some great weather, and of course I couldn't ask any better than this. And guys, if you're watching this, boy, I wish you were here. Railroad Museum is open up today. I'm the hostess of it. We got a lot of nice little stuff in there for everybody to check out. You guys can't miss this quite of a job.
Now, somebody jumped on, the first thing they said, isn't this the thing that moved?
Yep. Yep, story went September 21st, 1976. This very building just moved from across the way, which is just right over here. As you can see, right where the little wooden fence is, that's actually where it used to sit.
So inside that little, in that little brick confine on the other side of the fence.
Yep.
And Brian, I said, what's this old wooden place next to it?
That's the replica of Franklin County's first courthouse.
Okay, if your great grandparents were in trouble in Cowan, Tennessee, that was the courthouse where they visited the judge. I'm going to guess that judge probably traveled.
Oh yeah.
And how old's the depot?
Yeah, built in 1904.
Now the other cool thing, and I'm not going to steal Brian's thunder, this is more than just a railroad spot to watch, because Brian has something that 9.9 out of 10 places don't have, and there's 2 of them, and it starts with a P.
Yeah, that's the Cowan Pushers. Now, funny little story with that, and I'll be able to share it with you guys since I'm one of the tour guides here. Back in 1853, when this line was laid out, well, they started running the first revenue train from Nashville going to Chattanooga. Well, about a mile up down there, going up the grade, the train stalled. And apparently officials, railroad employees panicked. Well, the only thing they could do and come up with solutions, bring another locomotive down, which they did from Nashville. And when it got on the back, they pushed the train all the way down, got up the mountain and over, and they were able to get the train, going the rest of the way to Chattanooga. So that's why we have the pushers. They've been here ever since.
And they tried it once without, and what happened?
It didn't work. It was... You got to have the pushers here because this grade is about 2%. So any heavy trains that come through, yeah, they're going to need it.
And that's the mountain they have to go over behind you?
The mountain.
And when he points to the mountain, it is, in fact, a mountain.
Yep.
And correct me if I'm wrong, at the top of the mountain, there's actually a tunnel when they get up there, right?
Yep.
Now, at some point today, we will see the pushers, and they've got this cool thing on the front of them.
Yeah, it's basically what they call a pusher box. It's remote controlled. This was explained to me by one of the guys I'm friends with that basically said what they do is they actually dial a number in and hit the button, and it's actually they can disconnect from the train on the fly. Now, back in the day before that came along, they actually had to go on the running board and pull the handle, to basically disconnect, on the fly there, which that was actually pretty dangerous, and sometimes you fear falling off. Well, this is more of the safer way of doing it, and they still have this practice to this day. That's an ocean helicopter.
Okay, that completes it. We got trains, planes, and automobiles. Hey, it is a full house.
Yep.
Brian, anything else we want to know while we're here?
Well, just to give you a heads up, we do have 2 southbound trains on the way, so this actually compliments if you guys want to see some good pusher action. Get on the cam or get on Mike's live feed right here and watch them push the trains as they go up the mountain there.
All right, well, you heard it. There's still time. We're all here. Come on down. And we will be back on, so watch for the next live to come on. We are going to catch you some pusher action.
Yep.
So, Brian, thanks for having us. We're all over under the tent and everything. The reason we're way down here is because that incredibly great Mexican restaurant plays loud music. And that is copyrighted music, which does all kinds of terrible things with my live. And then Casey yells at me, and then I get in trouble, and all kinds of things happen from there. So we're going to catch a bite, and then we'll be back, and we got southbound action with the pushers coming, and we are going to catch that. A special thanks for Tony. I don't know where he went off to with the flying butterfly, and everybody down there under the tent. Andy, everybody's down there. Crash, there's a whole list of folks that are here, and we are off for a bite to eat at the Mexican restaurant. And boy, have I been waiting all week, as you guys already know. And Tony's been waiting for 2 months. So off we go. We'll be back. And it's never goodbye. It's always see you at the next crossing.